Hi, scrappy friends. Welcome to my channel. I have a layout for you that is a new series that I am starting with Beth, so Scrapping Wonders, Crafty Meggy, Sara Scraps, Christina, who is Redefined Creative, and Christy. I think that's everyone. I think I got us all. There's quite a few of us, and I am really I love just working with my scrappy peeps. It's just fun to do these collabs and work together and try to like spark our creativity and all that good stuff and all the fun behind the scenes stuff that also happens when you do a collab. You just kind of chat and all that stuff, and it's super fun. But anyway, so we are doing a series called Inspired By, and we are trying to take different types of things that are not necessarily creative and make them use them as a springboard to, be inspired by. So this week we are doing things that are inspired by hobbies. Wow. So apparently I'm really tired and I can't talk tonight. So I apologize right now for that. So we're using hobbies to be inspired by. And so if you haven't figured out yet, which you might not know what I'm inspired by, because there's only one thing on there that could tell you probably. So I am gonna use my love of baking to inspire me. So that is why I have taken some of these cupcake holder things that you put in the pan so that they don't stick. The cupcake doesn't stick to the pan. And I thought that it would be fun to try to use these on a layout just because, when else would I have a chance to use cupcake holders on a layout? I guess I could just do it just for the fun of it like this, but I thought that it would just be fun. And the layout is actually also going to be there's going to be cupcakes on it. So I thought that would be fun too. So right now, as you can see, I have been working on these like pinwheel type things. And I cannot take credit at all for this. A couple of the ladies on the Click Hits design team have done similar things to this. And so it just inspired me to try this because it's just super fun. And I think that's one thing that, I'm also inspired because I'm just creative. I just like to be creative, whether it's baking or just being creative, like at my craft, scrapbooking. I also have done lots of drawing when I was younger, and I did a lot of creative writing and just writing and stuff like that. So I use all of those when I come in, to make a layout. So when I see someone do something kind of fun, I usually either want to try it, or I try it, or I don't, or I think about trying it. So one of the things that I think is really nice and fun about especially this community is we share all the things that we're doing, and we share it so that you can go and you can try it too, right? So I would encourage all of you guys that if you see something and you pin it on Pinterest, or you take a screenshot on Instagram, or you just remember it from Instagram and you go back and look at it, so just try something that you've seen someone else do, because okay, maybe it won't work out. And I will say these pinwheels were definitely difficult. You have to punch them, then you have to glue half of the side, glue one of the sides, and you kind of got to work them around, and it's just a little awkward, but it's so much fun, and I really like all the dimension and everything that it creates, because that's one of the things that I like just in general on my layouts is some kind of dimension. And so yeah, so I really like how they turn out, and they make these cupcake holders, these liners, just feel really nice and fun. And I used part of that paper that is from one of Simple Stories, their emoji line that they have. I thought I bought more of that line than I did, but I didn't. So I have some stickers and I had this paper, but I really like the colors on it, and it looks really, really well with these pinwheels. And so then I added these buttons, and I did use a little bit of ATG underneath them so that they don't move around, because I was afraid that they would move around, because I'm going to stitch these in place, and that's how they're going to stay in place, really. I mean, obviously I used a little bit of ATG. It does get the needle all gunky. There's kind of no way around that unless you don't put adhesive on. And I could have did that. I could have did them one by one, but I thought it would be really just better and quicker for me to stick them all down and then poke holes where the holes are and then sew them. So I do have a piece of like some kind of back, like a card. Well, it's not cardboard, but it's backing, so that it's a little bit thicker to not ruin my desk. Though, of course, I still did get some on my desk. You'll see it in a minute, because I'm going to poke these first 3 holes, and then I'm going to realize that I was poking too hard. So I will say, when you're doing something like this, make sure that you have something to kind of absorb where you're poking, because unless you want little tiny dot holes in your nice new desk that you just got less than a year ago, you know. But I do think that doing this step first, as tedious and not doesn't seem that fun, it definitely helps. So I have put all the string in. I didn't have you guys watch it. Also, I found that label, and then there's that emoji, the poop emoji, chocolate emoji, whatever emoji you want to say that it is. And and I put that down at the bottom, because one of my cake holders, I tried to do something with it and it was ripped kind of down at the bottom, so I'm going to cover that up. And that tag works really well. And I did move the pinwheel just a little bit. It looks a little bit more awkward than the other ones, but I think it's just because I moved it around a little bit. And like you've seen, I had just used adhesive on half of each of those sides, so it should help keep it in. If you're really worried about something like that, like not moving, you could use red line tape on each half side, or you could probably even use a liquid adhesive, and that would work too. So right now I'm working on building some layers behind my photos, and I'm using those 2 photos, and one is a 4x4 and one's a little bit bigger than a 4x4, so it's probably closer to 5x4. And it is of a cupcake. They are coffee with chocolate frosting, like a chocolate mocha frosting, coffee mocha, however you want to say that. Think mocha just in general is coffee and chocolate together. And I took a picture of this. Well, I took a picture of them because I made them for National Scrapbooking Day weekend. For that Sunday, me and a group of ladies who live in my area from the Scrap Gals group, we formed another group for just the PNG area, so that's Pacific Northwest area, and we have a group that we kind of chat in and stuff and talk about different crops that are in the area and different stores and fun stuff like that. And we decided, a group of us, to try to get together. So there was 2 ladies who showed up, and it was really nice. But I made these cupcakes because I love to bake. So whenever there is something that I've been asked to bring, I typically bring cupcakes, because I love to bake, but I really like to make cupcakes. I just like how you can play around with different flavors, and it's just a little tiny cake, and you can eat more than one in one day and feel okay, because it's just a cupcake, right? I don't know. But so now I'm just kind of building layers, and as you can see, I just put some different papers. I really didn't want it to like float too much in there. That's why I put the the paper so it's kind of like a hanging shelf or something. And then I'm using that card that says, make your life a work of art. I thought that was perfect. And that's by the little line from Chamel. And a lot of these papers are from that collection. They're just fun and bright. And so now I'm looking through some ephemera. And some of this is Click It stuff, and some of it is from the Little by Little ephemera pack. And I'm just looking to see what I have. And so one of the things that I was trying to do when I was doing this was, because I knew I was using a lot of that collection for the papers, I thought instead of searching around my room, because I mean, I have like 10 or 12 different packs of die cuts from newer collections, right? From this past like 6 months. And I'm not going to search through every single one to see if I find little bits. So I thought that just by sticking with that one little basket that has some stuff in it from one kit and, one collection pack, it just kind of, it limits me enough so that I don't waste my time searching, because I will waste my time searching. So that is one of the things that I kind of wanted to keep in mind while I was doing this. I mean, sometimes I don't mind looking through everything, but sometimes I think I just get overwhelmed with, I have to look through every single pack of die cuts that I own, and it's just not practical. So I also use that other poop emoji, because what else am I going to use it? So basically I made these cupcakes, and I just put like these really cute like pearlized jimmies on the top of them. But my daughter was like, Mommy, and she's 8, and she was like, those look like poop emojis. And so she was laughing and she was making fun of me. So I thought it was a perfect time to do a layout about my poop emojis. But I thought, so after she said that and after everybody left, I thought it would be really funny and actually what would be really funny is I posted this on my Facebook to take all the comments that everybody was saying, because a whole bunch of people were commenting about it because I posted about it. And so we thought that it would be really funny if we found like eyeballs, and like the candy eyeballs, and put them on and make true poop emoji cupcakes. So we found those from an old Christmas pack, like a reindeer Christmas pack or something. And so it was perfect. And I didn't journal about that, and I totally should. So probably what I'll end up doing is put that in the back. I need to make sure I write that down so I don't forget. Because I just said that I made the cupcakes and stuff. And you'll see the journaling after I did it later, because I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to put it, because I'm putting all this stuff down and I really only have a limited amount of space. And I don't know about you, but I get going like this and then I realize, oh yeah, I have to do my journaling. And sometimes I will actually, I don't know how many of you do this, but I will actually take my photos and then do the journaling, because if I'm going to share something, I want it to look really nice. And then if my journaling doesn't, because I almost always handwrite my journaling. That's just the way I like it. That way, if I mess it up or it fits all wonky, because my family doesn't care if it fills in all the white spaces. But when you take a photograph of a layout that has no white space because you fill it all in with words, it doesn't look as nice. So I admit I take pictures of my stuff sometimes without the journaling, so I don't have to worry about where the journaling is going to go. But for this time, I decided to journal around the photos, and you'll see them in a minute. And I just named it Poop Emoji Cupcake with all those stickers, and they're just nice and fun. And I really enjoyed doing this challenge, and we're going to do this for a little while. I don't know how long, but it's just going to be an ongoing series that we're going to do. So I will make sure that I leave the links below so that you can check out the rest of the ladies. Don't forget to check them out. And I hope that you guys are inspired and you can make a layout about the hobbies that you do or that are inspired by the hobbies that you do. I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.